Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we're gonna check fresh kit from Meng. It's 135 scale Panther tank and this time it's Ausf.A late version, but obviously there will be more in the future. And as usual, let me remind you that we are still gathering money for the new camera. You can help us by pressing the donate button on our website. It is easy and it is done via PayPal, so it should be safe as well, and of course you decide the amount you would like to donate to us. So this is a new Panther. It should be already available in any good model shop. As you can see, we have this beautiful box art on the front, and here you can see comparison with my hand. Here is the short list of the features, but I think you should know it if you are interested in this kit. Here we have paint numbers and also one of the marking options which are included here, but kit also features 5 more inside. And from the other box side you can see short history note, kit info. There are 1118 parts inside, and here you can see second marking option out of 6. That's a top opening box. Just give me a second to open it and I will show you what is inside. So here we have the all inner components which are included into this kit, and assembly manuals, as you can see on the top. Metal barrel will be included only in the early batches of this kit. All later releases will not feature this feature. And here we can start with assembly manual, which is printed in black and white. We have short history note in several languages. Here is Chinese, then English, and then we have even Russian history note. Then there are some safety advices. Here you can see marking options. And here we have assembly process, which starts with suspension parts and lower hull part. We attach some suspension arms, swing arms, rear stowage boxes, tracks installation, top hull part. Then you assemble the mud guards, and what else? This is a steel assembly of the top hull part. Then we assemble different tools, attach them to the hull. Then here we have the side skirts, towing cables, and then here is the assembly for the turret. Turret should be assembled out of several panels, attachment of the main barrel, and then 34th step is actually connection of this turret together with lower hull part. And here we have parts map, and on the last page we have paints chart, which is printed in Accretion and AK interactive paint numbers. Next we have painting guide, which is printed in color, and that's a nice feature to have. Here we have first marking option, then we have second, third and fourth, fifth and sixth. There are minor differences between those tanks, and also note that here is a 7th one. Quite an interesting surprise, because on the box it's written that there are only 6 marking options. So, as I said before, there are small differences between those different marking options, so be sure to check them carefully in order to assemble precisely the vehicle you would like to have as a small scale model, because otherwise you might have a wrong configuration and then it won't be historically precise copy of that particular vehicle. First we have small transparent plastic bag with clear parts. Just give me a second to open it, and here it is. Here we have all necessary clear parts for the periscopes on the tank, and of course masks are not included into this kit, so you will have to cut them by yourself, or maybe you will have to use liquid masks in order to mask such small areas. Next we have, as I said, metal barrel. This part will be supplied only in the first batch of the kit, so if you are going to buy it a bit later than, let's say, January, and now it's a February, so that's for sure, means that you for sure won't get the metal part, I think. But maybe you will be lucky to find the first batch of this tank kit and you will get this part in the kit. Next we have first plastic sprue, and all plastic sprues in this kit are molded out of red color plastic. We should remind you of the primer color which was used for the German tanks during World War II. Quite a nice decision, because once you get, let's say, paint scratched off somewhere, you'll get this color visible through the paint, which should be more or less realistic for the external appearance. As you can see, on this plastic sprue we have two red parts. As I said before, two red should be assembled out of separate panels, and here we have only separate frame molded as a main part for the all separate pieces here. And of course I think we'll see interior for this tank as well, so stay tuned for this. Now I'm opening the next plastic bag. Here we have more of different parts. Here we have one-piece mudguards, front mudguards as well. This is a special part for the tracks assemblies, because tracks should have proper position. Here we don't have separate track links. Separate track links should be bought as a separate kit for this model, and I think it's not worth spending your money on such upgrade, because unless you will replicate the tank with damaged tracks. What we have here should be more than enough for the detailed build, and you will see why in the following minutes of this video review. Here we have parts for the lower hull part. As you can see, this bottom or belly panel, which is molded as one-piece part. Then we should attach those side panels. Here we have the stowage bins, which should be placed on the rear armor panel. And overall molding quality is quite good. I don't see any problems with minor elements as well. The only thing you have to be careful are thin parts. For example, on the previous sprue we had machine gun, so you should be careful while separating it, or maybe completely replace it with some resin alternative. Next we have another plastic bag. This one is full of polycaps. Here you can see them. Obviously they will be used for suspension parts. Here we have the top hull part, which is also molded quite interesting way, because here you can see the side panels are molded separately, and I can even flip it over so that you can see them. As you can see, we have the special square slots which should be inserted straight away here. Of course, all hatches are molded separately as well, so no worries. You can open them if you would like to place figurine inside this tank. But once again, I remind you that this kit does not feature interior inside, so you won't be able to show what is hidden inside Panther. Next we have another plastic bag with more plastic parts. Here we have, for example, this special wooden log which should be placed on the rear of the tank, fuel cans. Also, that's a frontal armor as far as I can guess. As you can see, inside we have special position elements, and note that exhaust is molded together with exhaust cover, which might be tricky to paint, so get ready for such detailing. And next we have two absolutely identical plastic sprues which are dedicated to suspension parts, so just give me a second to open them. I think this should be interesting for you because they feature rolled wheels. Here you can see them, and also suspension arms here. Note that suspension arms are protected with those plastic tabs. Here we have some minor parts. As far as I can guess, those should come handy for tracks. And I'm quite surprised that tracks here are not one-piece elements as I saw in kit renders. Those are actually separate track links which should be assembled as a typical sets of this style. So get ready for this process. Obviously it will take some time to assemble. There are 3 sprues of the same type. Here you can see one of them, and I can even zoom in so that you can see these tracks closer. Molding quality is really nice. Attachment points are thin enough in order to carefully separate these parts of the sprue, but of course, as I said, these minor elements will require some time to be installed on your tank. Next we have separate plastic bag with different bonuses. First of all, we have here, just give me a second. We have here unpainted PE thread. This one should come handy for external detailing, and as you remember, this kit also allows you to assemble the commander's version of Panther as well. Then we have metal wire, which is quite surprising because usually Meng was including the nylon thread for these purposes. And next we have another PE thread. This one I think should come handy for side skirts. As you can see, it is unpainted and it's quite thick, so it should be up to scale once it's assembled. And decals sheet is packed into the separate plastic bag. It is not written where it was printed. I guess it was made by Meng themselves. Yes, there is no mention who made these decals, but printing quality is really nice. Here we have all necessary symbols for 7 marking options, as you remember, even white stars are here, and I think application should be easy as well. So that's the last bonus out of the box. As you can see, we have quite nice Panther to assemble, and obviously it is better than previous Panthers of a version in 1/35 scale. As I said before, this kit should be available immediately, so if you would like to get it, just go to some good model shop. And of course, don't forget to write your opinion here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye!